Hi guys, it's Saturday morning here in Manila. So Saturday means review and comparison day, except today we're not really doing a comparison. It's just going to be a review, kind of a look back at, in my opinion, one of television's greatest dramas ever was Breaking Bad, at least in the modern century. There may have been something back in the 90s or 80s, but to me, this is one of the best shows that was ever produced. And they have a lot of really cool die casts that they made as a tribute to the show. And anyways, I think most of them, except for a couple of variants, that would be the same car, just packaged different or something like that. So I'll go over that while I'm showing these to you guys. Most of these I've opened before to get a better look at them and take some pictures of them and so on. But I put them back in the package just like the Christine stuff, as I said, because they just display nicely together when they're in the packages. The package, sometimes the card art and everything helps tell part of the story of the piece. So that's why I usually open everything, but some select items I will put back in the package just because of that reason. Sometimes I'll buy two of each item if it's cheap enough and it's cool enough just because of the card art. Like the latest drag strip Demons that was released last year. I really liked the card art on those, so I bought two sets. One to open and one to hang on the wall with the card art. So, anyways, let's start getting a closer look at some of these items. So, since Jesse Pinkman's Monte Carlo is already out of the package, I bought two of these actually. Actually, I had this one and I opened it and took some pictures of it. And one of my friends, when he went to the States and came back here, he bought me another one. Really like this car. It's the first model and 164th that I can think of that is a regular Monte Carlo and not the SS variant. So really like this car. Very accurate for the television show, for the car itself. The wheels are a little too big for Pinkman's ride. He had the like 13-inch Dayton wire spoke wheels on his car, and these look to be like 15-inch at least. They did get the red like trim and red center right, but the wheels themselves are a little bit too big in diameter. But besides that, very cool car. Die-cast chassis, everything, well, usually all Greenlights are die-cast chassis and die-cast body. It does have the opening hood. Let's see if we can get it open and get a better look at it. There. Sometimes these hoods are hard to open. Yeah, and the detailed small block Chevy V8. So yeah, they did a nice job on this one. So, this is it in the package. As I said, just all of them together in this package is pretty cool. They didn't do much changes with the card art. Most of them are packaged like this. The only one that is different, and I will go ahead and point it out now since we're on the Monte Carlo, is the 143rd of Jesse Pinkman's Monte Carlo, and it has Jesse Pinkman on the package. This I actually thought was pretty cool. I really felt they should have done this with most of the packaging, like put a picture of the star who drove this car, but they didn't. They used a picture of Walter White, also known as Heisenberg, on the packages of most items. So since we already got him here, let's take a closer look at this 143rd. This is something Greenlight does often with 143rd cars and with 118th cars. This is not a Greenlight casting. They borrowed this casting from someone else, and I can't think of the name of the company. One of the other YouTubers did a video of his 143rds, And he has the stock variant of this car done by the original company. So Greenlight kind of subcontracts other people to make 1/43 and 1/18 for them. So yeah, this is not a Greenlight casting. It's just labeled as a Greenlight casting, and it is done to like Greenlight specifications as Pinkman's ride, but it's really not a Greenlight casting. So this is it close up. And the wire wheels on this one are spot on, like diameter and the offset, everything's perfect, except they didn't do the red trim ring and red spokes. I can't remember if Pinkman's car was red spokes or a red rim. But anyways, they didn't do that on this one, but the wheels are pretty much spot on with the diameter and everything. So I would rather see it like spot on with the diameter and stuff than the red trim like they did on the 1/64. So there we go. There's the 1/43 and 1/64 together. Nice little combo. Very cool 1/43 car. I don't do a lot with 1/43s, but I did get all the Breaking Bad variants and some of the F and F cars, but not many. Just because, as I said, the 1/64 is perfect for me because I don't have a lot of room and they don't take up a lot of space. So that's the one bright side of the 1/64s. 1/43s are not that much bigger, but big enough to take up more room, and I just don't have the space for it. So here's another odd packaged one. It doesn't have anyone's picture on it. And this is Skylar's Grand Wagoneer, which is another popular one we've seen throughout the series. I think actually from the beginning to the end, this Wagoneer was there. So it's a very cool casting too. This one also is not a Greenlight casting. It was subcontracted by another company to be made for Greenlight. So if you guys ever wonder like why didn't Greenlight make more castings of this and release it in different forms, because they just borrowed that casting for that one-time use. Same thing with like the F&F Grand National and things of this. They didn't have the rights to it, but like their 70 Challenger, they did. That's why you'll see a lot of different variants of the 1/43 70 Challenger. That's their casting, but these Breaking Bad ones are not Greenlight castings. Now, this is the last 1/43 of the group of Breaking Bad vehicles, and this is probably the most memorable, the ugly Pontiac Aztek of Walter White. This thing is hideous. This is probably one of the ugliest cars ever produced by General Motors, maybe by anyone for that matter. But still yet, had to get it because it is part of the Breaking Bad series, and this is it out of the box to get a closer look. And they did a great job redoing this car with like the missing hubcap and then the busted windshield that had just been replaced. You can see the blue tape on the window holding it in when they just replaced the windshield. So that's pretty cool. And then also broken tail lights. So yeah, they did a really cool job on this one. Like just doing the remake of like all the damages on the car instead of just making it perfect, because it never was perfect as far as I can remember. So they did a great job on just making it have its patina look. And this ugly like flat green off-white color. It's pretty close to the one in the show, too. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. As I said, I'm not a collector of these. I'm actually surprised somebody even made a casting of that vehicle. But they did, and it worked out great. Because it's like the ugly duckling of the series. So let's go ahead and get these other 164s out of the package. Actually, first, because I'm not going to take this one out of the package just because it's a pain, we'll get a close look at it first. So this is a MyJo exclusive of the Motorhome. This is the one that I said I don't have all the variants. The Greenlight itself made just a regular one in the blister package, but I didn't buy that one because I bought the MyJo with Walter White and Jesse Pinkman in the hazmat suits standing next to it, kind of with a desert background. And you can't really see because they use so much plastic to package this thing. That's what I mean, like taking it out, it's a little bit of a pain, but anyways, I think it looks good in this box, so it's why I kept it in here. And anyways, yeah, they do make another version of it, same exact thing, no difference in the casting at all. It's the same thing, just packaged in a blister pack clamshell plastic package that Greenlight uses. So anyways, this to me is the best variant because it has them in the hazmat suit standing outside the camper. So it kind of tells a little bit of a story itself. And while we're on the trucks, here is the International Durastar, the Los Polos Hermanos chicken delivery truck that they use to deliver the blue meth throughout Mexico and the U.S. So as I said, these have been opened before, so let's open this and get it out of the package. Unfortunately, mine got a little bit of damage, not by me, but I think when Greenlight was packaging these, they packaged them with a little bit of like wet paint on the roof because some of the paint on the top of the box has come off, and it's like really still yet a little tacky. So you could see that here, like I don't know what happened. They didn't let the paint dry or what had happened, but yeah, when I opened it, it was kind of stuck to the blister, and that's what happened. But pretty cool. I wish I would have bought a couple of these actually, because you see these everywhere. Or not everywhere, but you see them all throughout the series and stuff, and usually in a caravan of like 3 or 4 of them. So it would have been cool to have at least 2 or 3 of these. Hopefully Greenlight will re-release it. They're known for doing this, so maybe they'll do it with this one. So let's get the other ones out. Now this is Walter's, or Heisenberg, at that time he was notoriously going by. This is his SRT-8 Chrysler, and very cool, sinister look, all black, the blacked wheels, everything. And let's get it out and take a look at it. This is actually my lowest number regular run Greenlight car. Actually, for a green machine, this would be a low number. This is actually number 20 of all of them, which is like very hard to find on regular run cars. I had another one that was very low number, like number 8, I think it was, and it was a Camaro, but I traded it to one of my friends for a Mopar. Of course, a Mopar. And then there's this guy, which was my second lowest number, the number 20. Very cool car out of the package. So there's that one. And last but not least is Walter Jr. Flynn's SRT-8 Challenger, the one that Walter takes and beats the shit out of in the parking lot and then wrecks into the ditch and then burns it. So yeah, this car was kind of memorable in that episode. So let's get him out and look at him. This was in another one of my videos actually when we were doing the comparison of the Greenlight Challenger versus the Kyosho Challenger. And very nice looking car. As always, I love this Greenlight Challenger casting. They did a nice job with it. these are all of the castings from Greenlight, or actually from anyone, of the Breaking Bad cars. Greenlight has the opportunity to make more because they have the castings already. They could make the Monte Carlo of the drug dealers, the Mexican drug dealers, in the one episode that was competing with Jesse. It was a Monte Carlo SS. It may have been an Aero coupe, but still, yet, even if they did the regular coupe look, it would be fine with me. Then there was the Ram Chargers that, I forget his brother-in-law used in Mexico. And Hank. That Hank was driving in Mexico. There was a blue Ram Charger. They have that casting. So they could actually make quite a few more Breaking Bad cars. Hopefully we will see that because, as I said, I'm a big fan of this show and always anxious to see more collectibles that I can add. But as far as right now, these are the only 5 like 1/64th castings. The RV, the box truck, Challenger, Monte Carlo, and the Chrysler 300. Then they have the 1/43s that we looked at, the 3, the Wagoneer, the Monte, and the Aztek. So hopefully we'll see some more, maybe. And then this little guy here is my little Walter White action figure. I don't do much with figures anymore, but I had to get that because it displays really cool with the rest of the collectibles. So, this is my look back at all the collectibles of Breaking Bad, one of the greatest shows in history in my opinion. So hopefully we'll see some more collectibles being released by Greenlight from this show. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, and if you haven't subscribed already, remember to do so, because every week we'll be doing more great videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. This coming Monday, finally got some new stock in. We'll be taking a look at some of the new C60 M2 rollback transporters and some square body trucks, along with some older trucks too. So I got that in store for you guys, so make sure you tune back in on Monday. Thanks for watching.